Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching this, welcome. And comment down below, what city are you watching this story from? And listen, if this story showed up for you, it's because it deserves to be heard. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more like this. The rain had stopped 3 months ago, but I could still smell it on the cracked earth. I always wake up before sunrise. It's a habit I've had since Sarah passed away 2 years ago. The silence of the house bothers me more than hard work. I get up, put the kettle on, and look out the kitchen window. The farm stretches as far as the eye can see, here in rural Oklahoma, near Tulsa. Good land, strong cattle, but empty of laughter. The coffee is ready when the first rays of sun cut through the sky. I drink it slowly, sitting on the porch. The crickets begin to chirp. In the distance, the cows moo, asking for attention. Another day just like the others. Good morning, girls, I say to myself, like I always do. My name is John Baker, 62 years old, gray hair, rough hands from so much work. I was born on this land, married Sarah right here in the little church of St. Anne. She died of cancer in a hospital in Oklahoma City, far from home, far from what she loved. She promised she'd come back in the next life to plant sunflowers with me. I'm still waiting. I walk to the corral. My boots make noise on the dry earth. Dusty, my mutt, follows me, wagging his tail. He's the only one who still has energy here. The cows approach when they see me. I've milked them for so many years that they know me by smell by the way I walk. Easy, Bessie. Your milk is guaranteed. The routine saves me from loneliness. Milking, releasing the cattle into the pasture, fixing fences, checking the water trough. Each task keeps me busy. But in the pauses, when I stop to breathe, the emptiness returns. It's like the farm is too big for one man. Sarah always said I needed to talk to people more, that I couldn't live only with the animals. She was right, as always. But after she left, the words disappeared with her. What was I going to say? What was the point of talking if the one I most wanted to hear was no longer here? The sun heats up quickly. Noon is already punishing. I go back to the house, prepare a simple meal. Rice, beans, a piece of beef jerky. I eat in silence, looking at the empty chair in front of me. Sarah always sat there, always served my plate first, then hers. Always asked how the day was, even knowing it was the same as the last. After lunch, I rest a little. The heat is unforgiving. Around 3 in the afternoon, I go out again. I need to check the fences of the north pasture. There are rumors that some cattle from neighboring farms are passing through there. A broken fence causes trouble. I saddle Thunder, my bay horse. He's as old as me, but he can still handle it. He knows every trail, every hole, every rock on this land. We've ridden together for 15 years. He also misses Sarah. She always brought him carrots. Let's go, partner. Another day of work. The pasture is about 3 miles from the headquarters. The path is beautiful, even with the drought. Pecan trees, sumac, some dogwoods that resist the weather. The wind shakes the treetops. It's the only sound besides the horse's steps. Sarah liked to ride with me on these trips. She said it was when she felt most free, more alive. I kind of understand. Here in the countryside, far from everything, the problems seem smaller. Life gets simpler. Arriving at the pasture, I see that the fence is intact, false alarm. But the cattle seem restless. Some cows look in the direction of the country road, as if they've seen something strange. Thunder is also alert. He raises his ears, snorts softly. What is it, boy? I follow his gaze. Far away, where the road curves, there's something different. A dark spot on the ground. It could be a fallen branch, it could be trash thrown by someone, but it could be something else. I decide to go see. It doesn't cost anything. And Sarah always said curiosity didn't kill the cat. What kills the cat is carelessness. We ride slowly along the dusty road. The sun is strong, but a soft breeze softens the heat. As I get closer, the spot takes shape. It's not a branch. It's not trash. It's a person, My heart races. I pull the reins. Thunder stops. The figure is lying on the side of the road under a small sumac tree. It doesn't move. I dismount quickly. My legs tremble a little. I don't know if it's from age or from the scare. I approach slowly. It's a young woman, very young, 20-something maybe, thin, with simple and dirty clothes, black hair stuck to her face with sweat. "Mom, can you hear me?" Nothing. She breathes, but she's unconscious. Her skin is hot, feverish. She must have been here for hours. In rural Oklahoma, being in the sun like this can kill you. I look around. No car, no house nearby. How did she get here? And why was she alone on such a deserted road? I take my water bottle and wet a cloth. I wipe her face, slowly. She moves a little, moans softly. She's alive, but she needs urgent help. I don't think twice. I pick her up. She's as light as a child, and put her on Thunder's back. I mount in front, hold her with one arm and guide the horse with the other. The way back home has never seemed so long. "Hold on, Mom. I'll take care of you." I don't know why I said that. The words came out on their own. Maybe because for the first time in 2 years, I have someone who needs me, someone who depends on my help. The wind shakes her hair. For a moment, I remember Sarah when she was young. The same fragility, the same simple beauty, the same way of making a man want to protect. We arrive at the farm when the sun is already setting. I take her straight to the house, to the guest room that I haven't used in ages. I put her in bed, cover her with a clean sheet. I fetch more water, a fever medicine that I still have from Sarah's time. I sit in the chair next to the bed and watch. Who is she? Where did she come from? What was she doing alone on that road? The questions can wait. For now, the important thing is that she recovers, that she comes to, that I know she didn't die under the relentless sun of this rough backcountry. Night falls. I light a lamp and leave it on the bedside table. I go out to make food and take care of the animals, but my head is there, in that room. After so long alone, having someone at home moves me. I go back several times during the night to see how she's doing. In the morning, the fever breaks. She breathes better. At dawn, when I bring a glass of water, she opens her eyes. Brown eyes. Scared. Lost. "Easy," I say softly. "You're safe." Her eyes stare at me with fear. A deep fear that goes beyond the shock of waking up in a strange place. It's the fear of someone who has suffered a lot. I recognize that look. I saw it in the mirror after I lost Sarah. "Easy," I repeat, keeping my distance. "My name is John Baker. You passed out on the road. I brought you to my house." She tries to sit up, but her body is still weak. Her hands tremble when she takes the glass of water I offer. She drinks slowly, each sip seeming to hurt. Where am I?" Her voice is hoarse, broken. "On my farm, rural Oklahoma. Do you remember how you got to the road?" She shakes her head. Her eyes fill with tears, but she tries not to cry in front of me. Wounded pride. I know that well too. "What's your name?" "Claire," she whispers. "Claire Mendez. Claire is a pretty name. It suits you." She looks at me surprised, as if she's not used to compliments. That bothers me. A young girl like her should hear pretty words every day. Are you going to hurt me?" The question cuts me inside. What kind of life has this girl had to ask such a thing? "Never. As long as you're here, you're safe. A man's word." Something in my tone must have convinced her, because her shoulders relax a little. Still suspicious, but less tense. "Are you hungry? I can make some soup. Something light for your stomach." Claire nods. I get up slowly, without sudden movements. I don't want to scare her anymore. In the kitchen, I put water on the stove and prepare a chicken soup that Sarah always made when someone was sick. Carrots, potatoes, a little vermicelli. The smell brings me good memories. Sarah humming while cooking, her laughter echoing through the house. When I return to the room, Claire is looking out the window. The pasture stretches outside, green despite the drought, dotted with cattle grazing peacefully. "It's beautiful here," she says softly. My wife always said that here we felt closer to God. She's not here anymore? She passed away 2 years ago. Cancer. Claire looks at me with a sadness that goes beyond courtesy, as if she understands the weight of the loss. I'm sorry. She would have liked you. Sarah always had a good heart for those who needed help. I bring the soup on a tray. Claire eats slowly but with appetite. It had been a while since she ate properly, that's visible. The bones in her face are prominent, her hands too thin. Where did you come from, Claire? She stops eating. She's silent for a while, stirring the spoon in the plate. From Tulsa. Or at least, that's where I was going. Tulsa is more than 100 miles from here. How did she get to my road on foot? Were you traveling alone? I was running away. The word hangs in the air, heavy, full of pain. I don't push. If she wants to tell, she'll tell. If she doesn't want to, that's okay too. Everyone has their demons to carry. You can stay here as long as you need until you feel better. I don't have any money to pay. I don't have anything. I didn't ask for money. I only asked you to rest. She looks at me like I'm a strange animal. People who help without expecting anything in return must be rare in her life. I spend the rest of the day taking care of the routine, but always coming back to see how she is doing. Claire sleeps a lot. Her body needs to recover. When she's awake, she stays quiet, watching everything carefully. The way I treat the animals, how I prepare the food, the respectful way I talk to her. In the late afternoon, she manages to get up and comes to the porch. She sits in Sarah's rocking chair and watches the sunset. The colors in the sky change slowly. Orange, red, purple. The crickets begin their nightly symphony. It's different from the city, she says. Did you live in the city? In Oklahoma City, but it wasn't a good life. I don't ask anymore. Her words carry a bitterness that I prefer not to touch yet. Tomorrow, if you're better, I can show you the farm. There are some beautiful places here. Why are you being so kind to me? The question catches me off guard. I spend some time thinking about the answer. Because everyone deserves a chance. And because it's been a while since I've had someone to talk to. Don't you have family? Children? No. Sarah couldn't have children. It was one of her sorrows. Mine, too. Claire is quiet. Then she speaks, almost whispering, Sometimes I think God forgets about us. Maybe. Or maybe he works in ways we don't understand. Are you religious? I am, but not the kind that goes to church every Sunday. My religion is more simple. I believe that God is in the little things, in the sunrise, in the warm milk from the cow, in the rain when it finally arrives. Claire smiles for the first time since she woke up. A shy but genuine smile. Did Sarah think that way too? Sarah had faith like I've never seen. Even in the hospital, even sick, she was grateful for every day. She said that life was a gift, even when it hurt. It must have been very difficult to lose her. It was, but she taught me that love doesn't die when the person leaves. It stays here. I tap my chest and become strength to continue. Night falls. I prepare a simple dinner. Rice, beans, fried egg, a tomato salad from the garden. Claire eats more eagerly than at lunch. Her body is recovering. Can I help with something? She asks. For now, just rest. When you're better, if you want, you can help me with the garden. Sarah always said that plants grow better with women's hands. After dinner, we stay on the porch. The sky is starry. Here in the countryside, far from the city lights, you can see the Milky Way. Claire is fascinated. I've never seen so many stars. Sarah loved to watch the sky. She said that each star was a dream come true for someone. Nice way to think. She was like that. She transformed sadness into beauty. Claire looks at me in the dark. I can't see her expression, but I feel that she's thinking about something important. John, can I ask you a question? Sure. Aren't you afraid of me? You don't know where I came from, what I did. Everyone has done things they regret. And everyone deserves a second chance. Or what if I'm a bad person? A bad person doesn't worry about being bad. You're here worrying, so you already have your answer. She's quiet for a long time. Then she speaks, her voice choked. It's been a long time since someone believed in me. Well, now you have someone who believes. Let's go to sleep soon. I leave her bedroom door open in case she needs anything. My door is also open. I want her to know that she doesn't need to be afraid. In the morning, I wake up with a noise. Claire is in the kitchen drinking water. She's sweating, her hands are shaking. Nightmare? I ask softly, so as not to scare her. I always have them. Sometimes it's better not to sleep. Do you want to talk? I don't know if you'll understand. Try. Sometimes talking helps to reduce the weight. Claire sits at the kitchen table. I make chamomile tea, which Sarah always made to calm the nerves. I lived with my stepfather, she begins, her voice low. My mother died when I was 12 years old. He wasn't a good person. I feel my stomach tighten. I already imagine where this story is going. You don't need to tell everything now. I need to. I need someone to know. I take her hand over the table. It's cold. He beat me. He said I was useless, that I wasn't good for anything. And when I turned 18, he tried. Her voice breaks. She can't continue. She doesn't need to. I understand perfectly. You ran away. I tried several times, but he always found me. This time I swore I wouldn't go back. I'd rather die on the road than go back there. And you almost died. If you hadn't found me. But I found you. And you're here. Safe. Claire cries. A silent cry of relief and mixed pain. I stay there, holding her hand, letting her vent. Sometimes the best help is just being present. Claire, listen to me carefully. That man was wrong. You're not useless. You're not a burden. You're a person of value who deserves to be treated with respect. How can you know? Because I see. I see the way you thank for every simple gesture. I see how you worry about not causing trouble. I see the strength you had to run away, to not give up. That's not something a weak person does. She looks at me with eyes red from crying so much. Thank you, she whispers. You're welcome. And Claire, you can stay here as long as you need. This house has room for 2 people. And for the first time, I see hope in her eyes. A small spark, but real. We go back to bed when the sky is already brightening. Claire sleeps better, without nightmares. And I, for the first time in 2 years, feel like maybe I have a purpose again. Taking care of someone, protecting someone, being useful. Sarah always said that God puts people in our path for a reason. Maybe Claire is my reason to come back to life for real. The next days pass like a delicate dance. Claire gains strength, and I rediscover how good it is to have company. She wakes up early like me, but doesn't leave the room until she hears my steps in the kitchen. She's still scared. She still hides when she hears a strange noise. Good morning, she says softly, appearing in the kitchen doorway. Good morning, Claire. Coffee's ready. She smiles, a smile that's getting less shy every morning. She sits at the table and accepts the cup I offer. I already know how she likes it. Little sugar, very hot. Can I go with you to see the animals today? Of course, but if you get tired, come back to the house. You're still recovering. I'm better, much better. It's true. Her cheeks have gained color. Her eyes have lost that shadow of constant fear. Claire is blossoming like the plants in the garden after a good rain. We walk together to the corral. Dusty runs ahead, happy with the new routine. The animals receive her with curiosity. Bessie, the gentlest cow, approaches and lets Claire pet her. She's beautiful, Claire says, running her hand over the cow's snout. Bessie is special. She was the first cow I bought with Sarah. She's 15 years old already, but she still gives good milk. Did you create names for all the animals? Sarah did. She said that an animal without a name was an animal without a soul. Claire is quiet, thoughtful. Then she speaks. My mother also named the animals. We had a hen named Princess. She laid eggs in my lap. It's the first time Claire talks about her mother without sadness in her voice. A good memory, finally. Was your mother affectionate? Very. She taught me how to cook, how to sew, how to take care of the plants. She said that a woman who knows how to take care of the little things knows how to take care of life. Wise woman, she was, if she hadn't died. But she taught you things that no one can take away from you. That's a heritage that's worth more than money. Claire looks at me with an expression that I can't decipher. She seems surprised, as if she'd never thought about it. We spend the morning in the corral. She helps me feed the pigs, collect the eggs from the hens. She has a way with the animals, soft hands, careful movements. A hen even lets her hold it. Can I take care of the garden? She asks at lunchtime. You don't need to feel obligated. It's not obligation, it's desire. It's been a while since I've wanted to take care of anything. Sarah's garden has been abandoned for 2 years. Only a few tomato and bell pepper plants that sprout on their own remain. The garden bed is overgrown with weeds. It's going to be work, I warn. I like work. It makes me feel useful. We spend the afternoon cleaning the garden. Claire works with an energy she hasn't shown before. She pulls weeds, turns the soil, separates the seeds that are still good. Her hands get dirty, but she smiles, a real smile. You could plant lettuce here, she says, pointing to a garden bed. And there, chives, cherry tomatoes look beautiful in this corner. You understand planting? My mother had a small garden in the backyard. I helped. It was one of the few things that my stepfather didn't destroy. The mention of the stepfather still brings a shadow to her face, but it passes quickly. Claire is learning not to let the past steal the present. At the end of the afternoon, we sit on the porch to rest. Claire's hands are dirty with earth, her hair loose, her cheeks rosy from so much sun. She looks like a different person from the unconscious girl I found on the road. John, can I ask you something? You always can. Why did you never marry again? After Sarah died? The question catches me off guard. I'm silent for a while, looking for the right words. I never thought about it. Sarah was unique. How to find another love like that? But it doesn't have to be the same. It can be different and be good too. You're young. You don't understand what it's like to love a person for 30 years. I don't understand, but I understand loneliness, and I see how happy you are when you have someone to talk to. Claire is right. These last days have been the best I've had since Sarah left. Having someone to take care of, someone who cares if I got home safe, if I ate properly, if I'm not too sad. And you? I ask. Have you never fallen in love? How was I going to fall in love? My stepfather wouldn't let me go out, wouldn't let me talk to anyone. He said that men only wanted one thing from me, and that I wasn't even good for giving that thing. The anger rises in my chest. What kind of man destroys a girl's self-esteem like that? He was lying, Claire. A real man wants company, conversation, affection. He wants someone to share his life with. How did you know you loved Sarah? I knew because she made me want to be a better person, and because when I was with her, I felt complete. Claire is quiet, thinking. The sun sets slowly, painting the sky orange and pink. The crickets begin their nightly song. Do you miss that? She asks. Feeling complete? Every day. I never felt complete, not even when my mother was alive. I always had the feeling that something was missing, and now, I don't know. Sometimes when I'm taking care of the garden or talking to you, the feeling gets better. There's something in the way she speaks, in the way she looks at me that moves me. But Claire is too young, too traumatized, and I'm too old, too marked by the loss. Claire, you're going to find your completeness, and when you find it, it's going to be beautiful to see. She smiles, but there's a sadness in the smile. What if completeness is closer than I imagine? I don't answer. I don't know what to answer. There's a tension in the air, an unspoken conversation between us. We have dinner in silence. Claire prepared the salad with vegetables from the garden we cleaned. Sweet tomatoes, crunchy lettuce. She has a talent for cooking. It's delicious, I say. My mother always said that food made with love is more flavorful. Your mother was right. After dinner, Claire insists on washing the dishes. I watch her work. Precise, careful movements. Each dish is washed with attention as if it were important. Claire? Yes? Thank you. For what? For being here, for making this house come back to life. She stops washing the dishes and looks at me. There are tears in her eyes, but they're good tears. Thank you for finding me, she whispers. There's a loaded moment of silence between us. I want to hug her. I want to say that I'll never let anyone hurt her again, but I'm afraid of confusing gratitude with love, afraid of taking advantage of her fragility. I'm going to see if the gates are closed, I say, leaving to escape the moment. Outside, the night air calms me. The stars shine in the clear sky. Sarah always said that when I was confused, I should look at the sky and ask for guidance. Sarah, if you're there, help me. I don't know what to do with what I'm feeling. The wind shakes the trees. They seem to whisper an answer that I can't understand. When I come back, Claire has already gone to sleep, but she left a note on the kitchen table. John, thank you for teaching me that there are still good men in the world. Claire. I keep the note in my shirt pocket, close to my heart. That night, I dream of Sarah. She's in the garden planting sunflowers. When she sees me, she smiles. She's special, Sarah says in the dream. Who? You know who. Take good care of her, John, and let her take care of you too. But what about you? I'll always be here. She taps my chest. But you need to come back to life. I couldn't bear to know that you stayed alone forever because of me. I wake up with tears on my face. For the first time since Sarah died, I feel that maybe she sent Claire to me. Not to replace her, but to teach me that the heart can love again in a different way, but equally true. The next morning, Claire is in the kitchen making coffee. She wears Sarah's apron, but it doesn't look strange. It looks natural. Good morning, she says, and there's something different in her voice. More confident, more in charge of herself. Good morning, Claire. I dreamed with my mother last night. She was happy. She said, I finally found a place where I can grow roots. And do you believe in your dreams? I believe in the good dreams. I leave the bad ones behind. Claire serves the coffee and sits with me at the table. Our eyes meet and there's a silent understanding. Something has changed between us. Something has grown. John, can I stay? For real? Not just until I recover, but stay. My heart races in my chest. Are you sure this life is simple, without luxuries, without big city fun? I don't want luxury. I want peace. I want to take care of the garden, of the animals. I want to talk to you in the afternoon, look at the stars at night. I want to belong somewhere. Then stay. This house is yours too. Claire smiles, and I feel that for the first time in 2 years, I'm coming back to life for real. 3 weeks pass like a good dream. Claire settles into farm life as if she had always belonged here. The garden already has organized beds, seedlings sprouting, colors returning to the earth. She sings softly while she works, songs that her mother taught her. The house comes back to smell of homemade bread and woman's laughter. We're finishing planting the last okra plants when I see the pickup truck coming up the road. Red dust rising behind the wheels. Visits are rare around here. My stomach tightens with a bad feeling. John, who is it? Claire asks, and there's fear in her voice. The same fear as the first days. I don't know. Let's see. The pickup truck stops in the yard. 2 people get out. A tall man with a grey mustache and a leather hat. The woman is younger, with city clothes and a face of someone who's not used to the countryside. Good afternoon, the man says. We're looking for Mr. John Baker. That's me. Can I help? Claire hides behind me, clinging to my arm. I feel her trembling. I'm Sheriff Brody from Tulsa. This here is Dr. Evans, social worker. We're looking for a missing girl, Claire Mendez. My blood runs cold. Claire squeezes my hand so hard that it hurts. What does that have to do with me? We received a tip that you might be hiding her here. Tip from who? From her stepfather, Walter Johnson, concerned man looking for his stepdaughter who ran away from home. I want to punch this sheriff. Concerned man. If he knew what this Walter did to Claire. And if I were? The girl is of age. She can come and go as she pleases. She can, yes. But her stepfather says that she's not right in the head, that she needs treatment, and that you might be taking advantage of the situation. The anger rises like lava in my chest. Taking advantage how? Well, Mr. Baker, you're a widower, lonely, a young and disoriented girl. People might think badly. People can think whatever they want. My conscience is clear. The social worker approaches. Mr. Baker, if the girl is here, it would be better for her to go back with her family. There's psychological treatment waiting, specialized support. Specialized support, I repeat, ironic. And did you ask her what she wants? That's why we're here, the sheriff says, to talk to her. Claire comes out from behind me. She's pale but firm. I'm Claire Mendez. Honey, the social worker says with a saccharine voice, your stepfather is very worried. He said that you're not well, that you need medical help. My stepfather is a liar, Claire interrupts, and an abuser. Now, honey, that's not how you talk about family. Family? Claire laughs, but it's a bitter laugh. He tried to rape me, he beat me, he called me useless every day. Is that family to you? The sheriff and the social worker exchange glances. They weren't expecting this reaction. Claire, the sheriff says, do you have proof of these serious accusations? What kind of proof do you want? He didn't do it in front of a camera. Without proof, it's just words against words. And your stepfather is a respected man in the community. Businessman goes to church. Of course he goes to church, Claire explodes, to clean his conscience after doing what he does to me. Honey, you're upset, the social worker says. That only confirms that you need professional help. I'm fine. For the first time in my life, I'm fine. Just look at you, the woman points at Claire. Dirty with earth, thin, living in the middle of nowhere with a stranger. That's not life for a girl your age. This is the life I chose. You're not in a condition to choose anything, the sheriff intervenes. Come with us, willingly or not. Afterwards, in a suitable environment, we'll talk better. She's not going anywhere, I say, placing myself in front of Claire. Mr. Baker, don't make our mission difficult. The girl needs to go back. Needs nothing. She's of age, and she's here of her own free will. Own free will? The sheriff laughs. A 60-year-old man convincing a traumatized girl to stay with him? That has a name in the law. The accusation hits me like a punch. I feel Claire trembling behind me. Be careful what you're insinuating, Sheriff. I'm not insinuating anything. I'm speaking clearly. Either the girl comes with us willingly, or we'll have to use force. What force? With what authority? With the authority of a search and seizure warrant. He takes a paper out of his pocket. Signed by the judge of Tulsa. My world collapses. I take the paper, read it quickly. It's true. Court order to take Claire back, alleging risk to the physical and mental integrity of the minor Claire Mendez Johnson. She's not a minor, she's 22 years old. She is, yes, but the medical report here says that she has reduced mental capacity due to trauma. She needs a legal guardian. What medical report? She never went to any doctor. She did, yes, doctor. Miller, the family doctor, examined her several times. He certified the state of mental instability. That's a lie, Claire screams. I've never seen that doctor in my life. Honey, you don't remember much. It's part of your condition. It's a trap, a well-mounted trap. Walter managed to get false documents, bribes, a whole scheme to bring Claire back. I'm going to call my lawyer, I say. You can call. But the girl is coming with us today. Then you solve it in court. Claire clings to my arm. John, don't let them take me, please. Don't let them. So you'll stay at a safe house while this marriage issue gets resolved, neither with your stepfather nor here in a neutral place. What safe house? We have one in Oklahoma City for women in vulnerable situations. Claire looks at me. I know she's considering the proposal. Can I visit her? You can, with a scheduled appointment and supervision. It's not ideal, but it's better than leaving Claire with Walter. Okay, Claire says. I agree to stay at the safe house. Safe house my foot, Walter explodes. She's going with me. Mr. Johnson, the sheriff says with authority, the proposal is reasonable. It avoids conflict and ensures the girl's safety while the justice system decides. I'm her legal guardian, and you will continue to be, but she will stay in a place where there's no suspicion of influence from either party. Walter realizes that he's lost control of the situation. His angry face is frightening. This isn't going to stay like this, he threatens me. I'm going to sue you for every crime possible. I'm going to break you in court. Try, but you won't be able to prove anything because I didn't do anything wrong. We'll see. Claire grabs her few belongings. Before getting into the car, she hugs me. Thank you for fighting for me. I'll always fight for you. What if we can't be together? We will. We have to. She gets into the social worker's car. Walter goes in his car, making a sour face. The sheriff approaches me before leaving. Mr. Baker, a piece of friendly advice. Walter is a dangerous man. He has money, he has connections. Be careful with him. Why are you warning me? Because deep down I think you're right, but I can't prove anything. The cars leave. I'm left alone in the yard, watching the dust settle. Claire is gone again. But this time, there's hope. The safe house is better than Walter's hands, and now we have time to mount a defense. I go inside and call Dr. Miller. Doctor, I need the best psychiatrists in Oklahoma, and I need them to examine Claire as soon as possible. John, this is going to cost a lot. I don't care. I'll sell the farm if necessary. Are you sure? Absolutely. Claire is worth more than anything I have. Okay, I'll arrange it. I hang up and look out the kitchen window. Claire's garden is beautiful, even wet from the rain. The lettuce plants have grown, the tomatoes are turning red. Hang in there, Claire, I whisper. Your garden is waiting for you, and so am I. But in the bottom of my chest, an anguish grows. Walter isn't going to give up easily, and men like him always have cards up their sleeves. The fight is just beginning. 2 weeks pass like a century. I visit Claire at the safe house in Oklahoma City 3 times a week. It's a clean, organized place, but she's thin again. She has dark circles under her eyes, sleeps badly. She tells me that she wakes up thinking she's back with Walter. How are the medical exams? She asks one afternoon, sitting in the safe house garden. Dr. Miller got 3 independent psychiatrists, all renowned with no connection to Tulsa. Next week, they're going to examine you. What if they say I'm incapable anyway? They won't say that, because you're not. Claire takes my hand. Her hands are thinner, but they're still the hands that taught me how to come back to life. John, if we can't be together, we will. But if we don't, I want you to know that these last months have been the best of my life. For the first time I felt loved. For real. Don't talk like that. It sounds like goodbye. It's not goodbye. It's gratitude. We go back to talking about the farm, about the garden, about Dusty who misses her. Normal subjects that make Claire smile. But I see in her eyes a weariness that worries me, as if she's giving up little by little. On the way back home, I stop in town to talk to Dr. Miller. He's in the office, surrounded by papers. John, I have news, good and bad. My stomach tightens. Tell me the bad ones first. Walter hired a lawyer from Washington, D.C. Expensive, very expensive. They're contesting our contesting. And the good ones? I got information about that doctor who signed Claire's report. Dr. Edison. He's already been denounced 3 times for fraudulent reports. It never went anywhere because he has political protection, but now we have a pattern. Does that help? It helps a lot. And there's more. We found 2 other women who accuse Walter of assault. One of them is underage. Why didn't they report it before? Fear. Walter has money, power. But now, with Claire's case getting attention, they decided to speak up. A spark of hope lights up in my chest. So we can reverse the guardianship. We can, but it's going to be war, John. Walter isn't going to give up easily. Neither am I. I leave the office more animated. For the first time in weeks, I feel like we have a real chance of winning, but the animation lasts little. Arriving at the farm, I find the gate broken. My heart races. I run to the house. The front door is wide open. Dusty! Dusty! My dog doesn't appear. I go inside running. Everything is turned upside down. Furniture knocked over, drawers open, papers scattered on the floor. Someone ransacked everything looking for something. I go to Claire's room. It's destroyed. The clothes she left are torn, scattered. The flower vase that she always kept on the table is broken on the floor. Dusty! I shout again. I find my dog in the yard. He's whimpering with his hind paw hurt. Someone kicked him. Dusty never hurt anyone. Easy, partner. I'll take care of you. I take Dusty to the vet in Tulsa. The paw isn't broken, just hurt, but the vet gives me news that freezes my blood. John, your dog was poisoned, not much, but enough to make him sick. If it was a bigger dose. Someone tried to kill my dog? Looks like it. Who has enemies? I don't need to think much. Walter, he's sending a message. I can get to you whenever I want. I go back home in the late afternoon. Everything is still messy. I spend the night cleaning, organizing, trying to understand what the invaders were looking for. They didn't take anything of value. Not money, not objects. They only destroyed and ransacked. The next morning, I get a call from the safe house. Mr. Baker, it's the coordinator of the house. Claire had a very bad night. What do you mean, had a bad night? She had a panic attack. She said he was coming to get her, that she wasn't safe. We had to call the doctor. Can I see her? You can. But she's sedated. I drop everything and go to Oklahoma City. I find Claire in a bed in the infirmary, pale, breathing slowly. The coordinator explains to me that she woke up screaming, saying that she could smell Walter in the room. Mr. Baker, Claire is very fragile. Anything can trigger these crises. Did anyone strange visit her? Any phone calls? No, nothing different from the routine. But I know. Somehow, Walter managed to pass a message to Claire. The same message he left at my house. I can get to you whenever I want. I stay next to Claire's bed until she wakes up. When she opens her eyes, she sees me and smiles weakly. You came. I always come when you need me. John, he was here. Who? Walter, this morning, in my dream, but it was real. He said he was going to get me, that you wouldn't be able to protect me. It was just a nightmare. It wasn't. I smelled him. That smell of cigarette and sweat that he always has. A chill runs down my spine. Claire may be right. Walter may have found a way to get to her. Claire, do you want to get out of here? What do you mean? Run away, leave, start a new life far from all this. What about the medical exams? What about the lawsuit? Forget the exams, forget the lawsuit. Let's go before it's too late. Claire looks me in the eyes. There's fear, but also determination. He's going to chase us. Maybe. But far from here, he has no power, no protection. When? Tonight. I'll come get you. What if they catch us? They won't catch us. I know this region like the palm of my hand. Claire squeezes my hand. Okay, let's try. I spend the rest of the day organizing the escape. I take money out of the bank, fill the pickup truck with gas, prepare food for the trip. At night, I go to get Claire. She waits for me at the gate of the safe house. Only a small bag in her hands and a nervous smile on her face. Ready? Ready. We get in the pickup truck and leave Oklahoma City in the early morning. We go north towards Oklahoma, far from Walter, far from corrupt sheriffs, far from this whole nightmare. Claire sleeps leaning on my shoulder while I drive. For the first time in weeks, she sleeps peacefully, without nightmares, without screams. We stop in a small town to fill up with gas. The gas station attendant is a young, friendly guy. Traveling far? Very far, I answer. Honeymoon? I look at Claire, who woke up with the conversation. She smiles. It is, she says. Honeymoon? It's not a lie. We're running away together, but we're also starting a new life. Our marriage may not be official, but it's real in our hearts. We arrive in a small town in rural Oklahoma at the end of the day. Small, quiet place where no one asks questions. We rent a small room in a boarding house, and for the first time in months, we sleep in peace. The next day, we look for work. The owner of a ranch hires us. Me to take care of the cattle, Claire to help in the house and in the garden. The salary is little, but it's enough to live simple. Don't you miss your old life? The owner of the ranch asks after a few weeks. Claire and I look at each other. She has earth on her hands. I smell like a corral. Poor, simple, but free. No, Claire answers. This is the best life we've ever had. And it's true. Here, far from everything, we found our peace. Claire smiles again, sings while she works. I wake up happy again, knowing that she's by my side. One afternoon, 3 months after the escape, I get a call. It's Dr. Miller. John, I have news. Walter was arrested. What do you mean? The 2 women who reported him got evidence. One of them recorded a conversation. He's in jail for assault and attempted rape. What about Claire's guardianship? Annulled. With Walter in jail, the fraudulent report came to light. Claire is officially capable. She can go back whenever she wants. I hang up the phone and tell everything to Claire. She cries of relief, of happiness, of liberation. We can go back to the farm, I say. Do you want to go back? And you? Claire looks around. The ranch where we work, the garden she helped plant, the simple life we built. You know what I want. I want to marry you, for real, in church with a party. It can be small, it can be simple, but I want it to be official. Here, in this place where we started over, where we really found each other. We get married a month later in the small church in town. Only some friends we made, the owners of the ranch, the priest who knew us as the couple who arrived looking for peace. Claire wears a simple white dress, bought in the only store in town. I wear my best suit, the same one I wore at the wedding with Sarah. But I don't feel weight in my heart. I feel Sarah blessing our union. John Baker, do you take Claire to be your wife? I do. Claire, do you take John to be your husband? I do. Forever. We kiss each other in front of the altar. A kiss that seals not only our marriage, but our victory over everything that tried to separate us. After the ceremony, we sit on the porch of the boarding house, watching the sunset. Claire has her head on my shoulder. Do you regret anything? She asks. Nothing. And you? Nothing. I just have one thing to tell you. Marcia, what? Thank you for finding me on that road. For teaching me that I had value, for fighting for me when I couldn't fight for myself. Thank you for teaching me to come back to life, for bringing color back to my life. The sun sets slowly, painting the sky orange and pink. The stars begin to appear. Far away, a mockingbird sings its melody. John? Yes? When we go back to Oklahoma, can I plant sunflowers on the farm? You can plant whatever you want. The farm is yours too now. Sunflowers were Maria's favorite flower, weren't they? They were. Then I'm going to plant a whole field for her and for us. Maria would like it. She always said that sunflower is the flower of hope. Why? Because it always looks for the light. Claire smiles and squeezes my hand. 2 years later, we're back on the farm. The field of sunflowers that Claire planted stretches as far as the eye can see, vibrant yellow swaying in the wind, always facing the sun. The house is full of life. Claire is 6 months pregnant. It will be a girl who we're going to name Hope, like the calf that was born on the day we really met. Early in the morning, while Claire is still sleeping, I go out to the porch with my coffee. The sun rises behind the field of sunflowers. Dusty, already old but still a companion, lies next to me. "Thank you," I whisper, looking at the sky. "Thank you for everything." I don't know if I'm talking to God, to Sarah, or to life itself, but I know I'm grateful. Grateful for the road where I found Claire, grateful for having had the courage to stop and help, grateful for having learned that love can be born from the most improbable situations. Claire appears at the door, still in her nightgown, with her round belly. "Good morning, husband." "Good morning, wife." She sits on my lap, careful with her belly. We look together at the field of sunflowers. "Do you know what I like most in this life?" she says. "What?" "It's that everything we take care of and grows." She's right. We took care of each other and our love grew. We took care of the earth and it flourished. We took care of hope and it became reality. "And do you know what I like most?" I ask. "What?" "It's that finding you taught me that it's never too late to start over, that the heart can love again, differently, but just as strong." Claire kisses my forehead. "I love you, old farmer. I love you, my sunflower." The sun finishes rising. Another day begins on our farm. Another day of the life we built together after so much suffering, so much struggle. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if I hadn't stopped to help a stranger lying on the road. If I had passed straight, worried only about my fences, my cattle, my loneliness. But I stopped, and she stayed. And we discovered that saving someone many times is the only way to save yourself too. The wind shakes the sunflowers. They seem to wave at us, reminding us that even in the darkest storms, there's always a light waiting to be found. Just have the courage to look for it. There are encounters that change the course of everything. They are not the planned, programmed, expected encounters. They are the unexpected encounters, those that arrive when we least expect them and transform our history. Claire and John met on a dusty road, but in reality, they met in life. Because sometimes love isn't a lightning strike. It's a seed that sprouts slowly, nurtured with patience, watered with compassion. And when it blooms, it lights up everything around it like a field of sunflowers turned towards the sun.